Rise and shine, you guys. All right, so here we are on Wednesday, May 7th. It's 8:54 a.m. and we're at the planetary hour of Saturn. All right. Looks like the moon is at 20 degrees and 56 minutes of Virgo. It's interesting. Let's look at the 21st degree. 21st to the 25th degree speaks all about responsibility. All right, the 21st degree, a girls' basketball team. Receptivity to collective forces, putting aside competitive individual goals, we can tune into higher forces that focus on the bigger picture and collective aspirations, putting community goals above personal ambitions. Certain dimensions of consciousness are not readily accessed in an individual and require a group to focus single pointedly in order to reach them. When the group integrates its members harmoniously and has a well defined specific goal, then that group soul can be experienced, and it is somewhat realized in each participating individual. The individual is thus raised up. All right, so think about you doing something in a group. Okay, how to raise up the collective. All right, so this connects to expression. It says we reach ultimate self-representation only with the help of others. Taurus, Taurus. 17 degrees and 13 minutes of the sun in Taurus. So we're looking at the 18th degree. And it looks like here a woman holding a bag out of a window. All right, so emptying the mind, distortions of thought, belief, and habit purified through meditation and open-mindedness. Emptying the mind, a mind that is conditioned to make judgments about right and wrong, creates a prideful ego that limits the soul's evolution. It must become open and then cleansed of bigotry and prejudice. So this is all about facilitation. This is neither visionary intention nor mundane effectiveness should be seen as a more spiritual than the other. All right, so today we're pulling Light Seers Tarot, Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'm actually going to grab the Chakra Oracle cards as well. Welcome in, you guys. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Oh. Oracle of the Radiant Sun as well, just because I feel like it. Craziness. All right. So Mercury day, and Mercury is at 25 degrees of Aries, moves into the sign of Taurus on the 10th. Today's the 7th, so we got, what, 3 more days in today's transits. I don't think there was much really going on. I mean, it looks like a lot, but the moon in Virgo all day. We have Mars and Leo at a quintile over to Uranus and Taurus. The moon in Virgo with a trine over to the sun. By quintile over to Chiron and Aries, a sesquiquadrate energy to Pluto and Aquarius. A biquintile to Mercury in Aries, a square over to Jupiter in Gemini. We see a semi-square to Mars in Leo. We have a quincunx to Chiron, a quincunx to Mercury later on today, and then the opposition of the North Node in Pisces. By the end of tonight, we'll see a trine over to Uranus and Taurus. So whatever the changes are that's taking place today, it looks like that's how we're going to end the day. All right, the opposition, it's like for you to become in alignment with your destiny here. Communication could be a little off. Core wounds could be a little off. Transformation. I'm not feeling that. Lots of disharmony there. Like not wanting to go through a transformation, but the need to have to, okay? And the square over to Jupiter, it's like basically needing you to confront what needs to allow your growth and expansion here. Possessions, dreams, and relationships are coming out. So your belongings, your finances, your assets, your treasures could be of significance today. Crazy, because my dreams were like vivid last night. Vivid. Messages, signs, symbols, and guidance with dreams. And then we have here relationships. So intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trusting. Trust the process of what's happening today. I'm seeing numbers 7, 39, and 9. On the bottom of the deck here we have emotions. All right, so it speaks about feelings, expression, moods, and balance. Let's see what's happening here. Whoa, what's going on already? Here and now, building blocks, and the thinker card. Okay. Crazy. So we're currently right now getting ready for full moon in Scorpio. After today, I believe tomorrow we ingress into the moon in Libra. And then through the weekend, we step into Scorpio's moon. By Monday or Sunday, Monday, we see the full moon happen. Mother's Day is this upcoming weekend on the 11th. All right, let's see what's going on. Show me possessions. Okay. Yang and change in the wind. All right, so something is changing here. You need to take action on in connection to your belongings, your finances, your assets, and treasures. Show me the dreams. Welcome in, you guys. Who's here? Marissa Tiff, welcome in. Who else is up there? I don't see anybody. Today is my oldest daughter's birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday to her. Nanu. I better go to Christ. We are with Christ, baby. Wendy, welcome in, sweetie. I haven't seen you in a while. Dreams, to the sea and no place like home. All right, so I'm kind of getting here. This is like you within, you know, yourself. Feeling your emotional state. To the sea is kind of like sitting with your feelings. See all that water? All right. Relationships. What's going on with the relationships? So this all has to do with the intimacy and where you choose to be free. All right. You're going and moving forward with a soulmate connection. And we've got observer. All right. So there's some sort of observation in connection to a relationship that's important to you, to be fair, to bring things back into balance. Okay. Let's see. I smell myself right now. I smell like a bag of money. I'm gonna be honest. I love when I'm like fresh out the shower because it smells amazing. All right. Well, hot damn. What's the change in the wind where you're taking action in connection to your possessions? All right, so it looks like Mars in Cancer. I don't know, some sort of fight in the home environment. Okay, maybe fighting over possessions in the home environment. A change in the wind. Okay, what else? There's some sort of argument in between like two masculine energies. Yeah, a lot of egotism. Well, ain't that some shit? Because this has been the transits from Mars and Cancer and where it was taking place now to Mars and Leo. All right, so quarrels and egotism could have been the reason why all these changes are taking place and where you're being called to have action towards your possessions, your belongings, your finances, your assets, your treasures. Show me dreams. So there's something here, I guess, that you would be tapping in with in your own feelings where there's no place like home. This could be having to do with like you dreaming of a home, like you receiving messages and signs and symbols and where you're being guided to go. There's no place like home. A specific relationship that needs to be observed here in connection to a soulmate. All right, hold on. Show me dreams. Devotion and decision. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? It's like heavy air energy here. Saturn and Mars, though. Something feels like, I want to say restricted. Or, again, I feel like you're being called to take action. You have a lot of Mars energy out here. So a major decision needs to take place here. And what you choose to be devoted to or who you choose to be devoted to. Because over here has to do with your possessions. Over this way, it has to be a relationship. What do you dream of? What makes you feel like you're at home? You need to make that decision and choose what you want to be devoted to. I'm seeing here um, Mars in Leo's energy. Okay, that's current transit. Saturn in Libra, that's the energy of like a Three of Swords. And I'm seeing Mars in Gemini, which is a Nine of Swords. This is heavy air energy. So this could be more so like you overcoming some sort of heartbreak, separation, loss. And again, how you're overcoming, it could be a sense of stress, all right, with what you're being guided to do, going towards your dreams. Show me the relationship. Moon in Scorpio is going to be of significance with the moon in Aquarius. So I don't know if I remember telling you guys that we started off this fixed moon cycle with the moon in Aquarius, and it was a heavy focus on independence. That took place on April the 20th. Now that we're in May, we're seeing the full moon in Scorpio on the 12th. There's going to be another last quarter moon that takes place in Aquarius on the 20th of May. All right. There's something in connection to these moon cycles that are aligning you with your soulmate. Yeah. See what I'm saying? With the moon in Cancer here. There's a specific friendship, relationship, soulmate connection that needs to be observed, and or are you moving forward independently, or is it going to be love that's turning to hate, or vice versa? We got heavy water energy here with the moon in Cancer, moon in Scorpio. And then we also have air energy with the moon in Aquarius. On the bottom of the deck, eccentricity. All right, so heavy Aquarian energy here. Let's see what it says. Something is about what's fair. All right, so this could be like a legal thing. What's connecting you to your emotions, how you feel about somebody, where you need to take action because things are changing. You're not sure exactly how things are going to go, and it has a lot to do with the transits of Mars coming out of Cancer and Mars moving into Leo. There was something that took place there where it was calling for you to take action with the Yang energy. All right, we won't see Mars retrograde this year until, because there will be review on that energy as well. Where the hell is Mars? Mars was in Cancer. Okay. So Mars is retrograde phase. 1 second. It looks like it's going to be retrograding here. Direct on the February 23rd. That was correct. It moved into the sign of Leo on... This is contradicting. Its post-shadow period after its retrograde lasted until the 2nd of May. I'm not sure if it's going to retrograde again this year because Mars only goes retrograde how many times? Every 2 years. Okay. That's interesting. So it's not going to go retrograde again. It already went retrograded in Cancer as well as in Leo. So in that transit there, something took place. There was a change in the wind in connection to someone's possessions and where they were being called to take action. Mars is action. So now it has affected someone's personal dreams, all right? And where it's like, okay, well, there's no place like home. I have to choose to be devoted to the decision that I've already made with the Mars energy over this way. All right, so I'm seeing Mars in Gemini, Mars in Cancer, Mars in Leo. Mars in Gemini took place, I think it was like in 2023, heading into 2024. Because I remember we did a Mars retrograde in Gemini as well. So during these specific houses, okay, the 3rd house of communication, the 4th house of home, and the 5th house of your creativity and how you self-express, there was something changing here in connection to how you made your finances, how you were going to be tapped in with bringing in assets and focusing in on your belongings and your possessions. Maybe it does have something to do with the home environment, the coral in the home environment. So now there's this so much ego and pride energy due to the decisions that were made back in like 2023. Yes, that's what I'm feeling here. So now it has affected relationships at this point. The person that you're intimate with, the freedom that you choose to have, how you've accepted and trusted the process of what was observed in connection to your soulmate. So now the moon in Scorpio and the moon in Aquarius and what's coming up for the month of May, okay, there's something that's affected here, and it could be someone's friendship with this moon in Cancer. Yeah. Maybe something will end up balancing out, because I see, to be fair, on the bottom of the deck over here. All right, if you're dealing with some sort of independence, it's allowing you to be free from a specific relationship. That's what it says up here, intimacy and freedom. So that was being observed in connection to a soulmate. So now the love that you had for a person, moon in Scorpio, has turned to love. I mean, the love has turned to hate, and or vice versa. Okay. A lot of moon energy here. So it's definitely where someone is sitting with their fucking emotions now. It's like, well, damn. What? There you go. Throat chakra behind that. Like, where do I speak up and say how I feel? Something like this. Well, hot damn. I mean, you guys know when I'm reading, I run through and I see what the transits are happening here and what I'm even seeing in the energy. There was some sort of deception with the moon in Aquarius. It would have been a 7 of Swords type of energy. The moon in Scorpio, anytime the moon is in Scorpio, which this month, it's the full moon, you're going to see heightened jealousy, envy. There's an energy of possessiveness. All right. You could just be like overly, I don't know, it just kind of gives me like deep in your feelings type of energy over a specific friendship, over a specific relationship, someone that you were intimate with, house of sex, right? That's going to be observed. Moving forward, you've already experienced the change in the wind, where that was supposed to take, the decision that you made, who you choose to be devoted to, and where the fucking drama started with the Mars in Cancer in the home environment. Moving forward, Mars in Leo, that's going to be here for a while. Okay, Mars in Virgo doesn't move in until probably like 2026, 2027, something like that. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. No, hold on a second, because I feel like I'm weirded out with that. That doesn't sit right with me. There's no way in hell. Where's Mars? I'm wrong. Mars will move forward, because by September, Mars is already going to be in Scorpio. All right, so I forget, Mars is a personal planet. It will move very quickly. So it's asking you to take action now that Mars is in Leo. Deal with something that has been making you tap into your fucking egotism. All right, we'll get into it. We'll see what it is. When does Mars move into Virgo, though? That's what I want to know. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you, Tiff. I appreciate you, sweetie. Mars enters Virgo. Is it in May? No. No way in hell. You hear me? No way in hell. June 17th. So that's going to be right before we hit a mutable moon cycle. So Mars will be in a mutable sign during the mutable moon cycle. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. What's going on here? Show me what the change is in the wind in connection to your possessions, your finances, your assets, your belongings, how you're meant to take action, what took place with the coral in the home environment. All right, and the egotism card. What took place there? The High Priestess. You kind of already seen something coming. All right, your intuition was kind of like telling you where things were leading you. Something was being offered here. All right, maybe it was a job using your spiritual gifts. All right, maybe you have psychic abilities or something. 10 of Pentacles. That was supposed to lead you to a lot of money. It has something's been affecting your possessions here. Show me Mars in Cancer. A continuing family row, a family estrangement, fighting over some sort of inheritance. That's what I'm saying. Something was meant to be given to you already. Something is fucking yours. 10 of Pentacles is like, hold on. Something was happening. A divorce or a problem involving some sort of custody. So if children were involved, because it's the home environment, somebody's over here in their fucking ego and their pride with Mars and Leo. All right, let's move forward. Mars and Leo. A dramatic performance, a great creative enterprise, forcing somebody into the lead and or by bullying others. Somebody is bullying somebody in the family. Someone here is highly intuitive and is supposed to be receiving some sort of gift, but it looks like the inheritance was held back because of the drama in the family. Okay? And it looks like the goal was supposed to be the fucking happily ever after. The house, the kids, the car, the, you know what I'm saying? The pets, whatever the fuck. Whoever was involved in the change of the wind was holding on either to someone's possessions or was blocking you from moving forward, making progress, gang energy with your money, your finances, something like that. All right. Was it this high priestess energy? Let's just ask. Four of Wands. It had something to do with the home environment. All right. So the person that you lived with in the home environment was the issue. All right. Ace of Wands. It could have been a passion that you have in connection to this high priestess and why some blockage was happening with your brand new beginning with the Ace of Pentacle. All right. Yeah. That's what I feel. Like if you're highly intuitive and you're in this extra like spiritual state and something was blocking the brand new beginning, it had to do with the quarrel that was taking place involving custody and or some sort of divorce that was meant to take place. Now that Mars is in Leo, let's get the energy on that. Yeah, something was supposed to end. The World card. Well, hot shit. What was supposed to end? Welcome in, Chosen Divine. Who else is here? Christina, I see you there. One second. The Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Tell me why the hell I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles. Somebody was left out in the cold. Somebody was kicked out the fucking house. Look, don't come back in, bitch. You don't got nothing for me. Get the fuck out. Walk away. Leave home. Eight of Cups. Saturn and Pisces. Current transit. Okay. Yeah. Go fucking find work is what I'm getting. Eight of Pentacles. In connection to your possessions, your belongings, your assets, your finances. And then somebody had to take a step back. Why? Because they were already on a fucking spiritual journey. See what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Something in connection to the past, that person betrayed them. Sun in Scorpio energy, Pisces, and then we have a Sun in Gemini energy here. These two energies wanted to hold back for whatever reason. Some sort of situation from the past betrayed the person that was already on a spiritual journey in the home environment, which then caused some sort of ending with the World card. And now it's coming through that these people are moving forward in, you know, in their ego. Maybe I see abundance out here. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles involving one or two things that I see involving emotions. Okay. Wow. There's something that you were passionate about in the home environment and you obviously were left out in the cold and told to leave home. Something like that. Show me the egotism energy. It was like you trying to follow your dreams, all right, to the sea. It's like there's no place like home. I choose decision to be devoted to this, right? And now, because of what took place over here, that's what's being observed with your soulmate. Show me Mars and Leo. Four of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? Somebody was holding back resources up until something ended. All right, the World card. Sun and Capricorn energy. It could be that your resources from your career was held back up until something ended. So that way, whoever the fuck these greedy fucks are, or whatever you were dealing with the quarrel in the home environment, they wouldn't take your shit. Bitches. Magician. It would have been some sort of manipulation that happened there. Four of Cups. You're not happy about this? Moon in Cancer, it ends up coming out to be that, I don't know, you manifested some other type of friendship. Okay. Looks like you did so independently. And you have a heavy sense of power. I want to say protection as well. Interesting. Four of Cups, Cancer, Capricorn energy with the Devil. Something about that opposition. See, I told you. You strategized on how to do something independently. All right, Seven of Swords. Moon and Aquarian energy is coming out exactly the way it's coming out over here. The Four of Cups, the Four of Swords. Look at this energy. Like you have a specific friendship that you move forward with independently. And it shows that whoever tried to strategize towards you or whatever, you know, made you miss out on some sort of opportunity. It's because of the attachment that they had to your energy. Something like that. That shit's about to change, Wheel of Fortune. So whoever's in their ego and their pride needs to go sit the fuck down somewhere. Okay. The Empress, it looks like you're birthing something new. This could be a mother figure that has been hiding secrets or keeping something hidden. All right. Five of Swords energy. There seems to be some sort of detachment, or if you were living with your person, now you live separate lives from your person that you were meant to be committed to in marriage, something like that. There's a lot of gossip going on here. Someone's trying to win at all costs. It's like starting the fucking drama in the whole environment. That's what I feel. All right. Page of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Star card, and the Chariot. All right. I feel like moving forward, you're supposed to be receiving some sort of happiness here in connection to your creativity. Whatever you wish you had dreamed of, I feel like that's going to come true. Okay. You're going to be able to move forward. But again, whatever you chose to be devoted to caused some sort of separation, heartbreak, and loss in connection to a specific relationship. Let's move into that energy of the dreams. I just saw the Tower. So there's some sort of like unexpected change that takes place here. Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Once you become famous, you step into the spotlight, you're in alignment with your destiny, something like that. Welcome in, you guys. Shamika, welcome in, sweetie. D King, welcome in. Who else is here that I haven't said hi to? Ivy Ofer, Saku, welcome in, you guys. My eyes just got twitchy for a minute. All right, show me this energy of your dreams. What do you dream of? What messages, signs, synchronicities, symbols? What are you being guided to see here? Maybe this had to do with, again, your dreams. To the sea and no place like home. In connection to your dreams. With you having made a specific decision to be devoted to something or someone. We were seeing the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Heartbreak, separation, loss, anxiety, fear, depression, and or stress. The need to make a very quick decision. Okay. There was something manifesting here in connection to your spirituality. I'm guessing like what your dreams were, where you're being guided to go with the Temperance energy here, and where you were meant to remain balanced and focused on your healing process. All right, moving forward. Again, I feel like something was in the connection. All right, sorry about that, guys. Again, there was something here that you were manifesting. And whatever was the blockage here, like your challenge was for you to become patient, observant of your spiritual state here and how to become balanced again. Whatever the energy is that you're sitting within your emotional state, you were meant to understand what that was. That was part of how you were receiving your guidance, your messages. Nine of Pentacles, something slowed down completely in the past and where now the opportunity is presenting itself again. Queen of Wands, in the near future, you'll be a little bit more confident about what this is. Show me the devotion energy. Wow. The Three of Pentacles, whatever you do for work. All right. The World card. There's a completion of a chapter here with that. Show me the Mars and Gemini energy. Five of Cups and the Page of Wands. It looks like you're going to have a lot of sorrow in connection to whatever this passion was. It's because you birthed it. That's why. Ten of Cups. This is what makes you happy. Why is this changing? Why is this changing? I just saw the Four of Wands, which is the home card again. All right, so maybe there's something that you have to, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like repeat a cycle with. The Lovers, the Emperor, and the Devil. All right. Seven of Cups. There was something about like secretly involving yourself in love. Okay, the Lovers could be a decision as well. The Emperor and the Devil. This could have been a decision about you having to start your own business and remaining committed to that. That's like heavily attached in your energy. Which is why there could have been, you know, you receiving signs and symbols about how you were being guided to become this Queen of Wands energy in the near future, where whatever you're birthing into what makes you happy has a lot to do with your creativity. But for some reason, the reason it was delayed, or the reason that it ended, was because you were collaborating with the wrong people or living with the wrong people in a home, something like that. I don't know if you found a new lover. The lovers is here directly next to the Emperor and the Devil. So this could have been that you attached in love with someone that is a father figure, a boss, and you know, someone that's supposed to be mentoring you in whatever way. But this person could be very controlling, obsessive, and, you know, has addictions, or is just toxic in their energy overall. Or it could be you. I don't know. I'm just saying. The Page of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. This is what I feel like. Something's being observed here in connection to what you already invested in. Seven of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Yes. Because whatever it looks like other people tried to make you seem like, you know, oh, well, things are ending for this person. You know, they're collaborating. They're collaborating with the wrong people. They need to end that cycle here. They're going to regret everything they did. They're never going to make it with their passion. But overall, you birthed something so beautiful. The Empress with the Ten of Cups. You got the Lovers here with the Emperor and the Devil. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in connection with love with someone. The decision to start a business could have been the best move for you. So now people are looking into, well, damn, you've invested in something that's supposed to last pretty much long term. Seven of Pentacles, you're going to have to be patient and wait for it. But you have a victory here, some sort of success. In the near future, you become the Queen of Wands, right? Very confident, very, you know, charismatic. It looks like you gain the attention that you need in connection to whatever seed you already planted at this present moment. Something was delayed in the past. You had to go through reflection mode with the Hermit. Eight of Pentacles. Maybe that's what it was. You have to focus on how to be of service to other people, is how I just heard it. Both Virgo energy here. The moon is currently in Virgo. I don't know. All right, almost like your obedience, or the way you were supposed to sacrifice and devote yourself to something. All right, what was that? Because it jumped out at me, the Ten of Swords. You had to more so had to, I can't get it out. Show your loyalty. That's crazy. With the Sun card. Show your loyalty and show that you could strategize and do something independently so that you don't have negative energies attached to you. Those that are going to be deceptive, jealous, or envious of what you're creating. You're very eccentric. You could be doing something that's very original, and people around you may want to keep control of that. You're highly concentrated here. Okay? And then here we go with this Jupiter and Pisces energy. There's something that you can sense what other people want from you. You're very seductive in your energy. You're very intellectual. You got the 3rd house and the 11th house here, both air signs. So the way that you communicate with groups and members of people shows you're a fucking boss out here with this leadership energy. In the 10th house and 12th house, you're highly fucking psychic or intuitive. You're drawing attention, and people are criticizing you for that because of your choices in love. Or maybe you move impulsively. All right, and starting a business here with your vision. I don't know. It's a lot going on here. It's all affecting your money. That's where it started. The drama you were having in the home, the fighting over the custody battle, the whole, you know what I mean? Divorce bullshit. Show me no place like home. The Fool card, the Two of Wands. You're going to be moving. Because you were left out in the cold, you have to start all over again with the Fool card. And that's fine. You're like, okay, where the fuck do I go? Because to the sea, I have to tap into my emotions. I'm being guided to go do and be devoted to the decision I've already made. Okay? This was, once again, back in Mars and Gemini was in 2023 into 2024. And then we've seen Mars hit Cancer. Mars went into Leo, and it did a whole retrograde thing there, okay? I think that was like at the end of 2024 into 2025, yeah. Show me no place like home. I feel like that's what it is. You were left out in the cold, now you have to plan to start all over again. All right. The Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You kind of have to pick yourself up after the whole fucking challenge, the battle, and the competition, and who you were in quarrel with over here with Mars and Cancer. Okay? That's why the change in the wind is taking place. But somebody at the end of it all is very egotistical. Okay? It could be the person that has all the money. While you're finally, receiving your opportunity to birth whatever you started. I don't know. Maybe it's this energy over here, the masculine. All right. Because the feminine is right here, tapped in with her happiness. The masculine is like, okay, well, you're mine. Something like that. But people are looking in and spying in and say, okay, what I'm observing here is that this person has invested wisely. Seven of Pentacles. This person's in the spotlight. So it looks like as they continue to move forward, there's, the end of a difficult cycle with the Ten of Swords. One more overall for this energy of your dreams. King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. There could have been someone stealing from you. You had to, for so, emotionally withdraw from the materialistic things that you felt were going to last long term. King of Pentacles is like the protector, the provider. All right. This would be like the boss person. Eight of Cups, so you can focus on your own self-love. Again, to the sea. No place like home. This is like within yourself. Healing within yourself. And the decision that you chose to be devoted to whoever. It could have been whatever it is that you do for work, whatever is your dream, whatever you aspire to be in the near future. I don't know. Got a lot of major in there. Cancer, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Aries, the Gemini, Taurus. Who was that? Oh. And I see Saturn's energy heavy as well. Okay. Let's clear this out. Crazy. Crazy. Now here's where we get into the emotions. Moon in Scorpio, Moon in Cancer, Moon in Aquarius, with observing the soulmate in connection to your relationship, the person you're intimate with, how you either chose freedom or you accepted to trust this person or another person, whoever the hell. Something's coming back into balance with To Be Fair on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to pull one more on this energy. Domination. Sun in Libra has to affect the who's dominating in relationships. Who's dominating the energy of what's going to supposed to be remaining harmonious. And it's not. Because domination is like, yeah, not a good energy. Let's see. A lot of Mars out here. Mars and heavy moon. Mars in Sag is this energy of domination. It says an argument over ideals, persuading others by bullying. So there's a lot of bullying going on here. The start of an expedition, reckless optimism with regard to long-term projects and or some sort of competitive sport. What's going on? Yes, him who has all the money. I love when you say that. Him who has all the money. Yes, it's him. He's taking your money, or he's not providing you your money. That's okay. You're going to find out what you're going to do right now. Good morning, sweetie. Like unique one. How you doing, baby? That's so crazy. All right, show me the connection to relationships. What's happening there? Okay. Ten of Swords, Temperance, Page of Swords, Five of Pentacles. You walked away from a situation that was not in balance, and what's being observed right now is why this person is out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. The Empress is out in the cold. Okay, got it. Show me who's the one that's observing here. The Fool card and the Four of Pentacles. The person that's trying to figure out how you're going to accomplish your goals here on this brand new journey. The one that knows that you're going after your passion. You're part of like a research project. Let's just call it that. Okay. You may not know that these people are watching you, but they're watching your transformation take place. And they're watching your emotional state through what it is that you communicate through chakra. Okay? Because they're trying to make things come into balance with the To Be Fair card. Let's see what it is. All right. Show me the soulmates. There needs to be some sort of reciprocity here in connection to the soulmate energy. It's given new moon in Taurus energy that we just had here on, I can't remember what date that was. What was it? It's going to bother me. I'm sorry. I want to say it was back on April 27th, was it? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Show me soulmates. Why is Six of Pentacles here? There's something about an equal give and take. All right. The Strength card. The World card. Six of Pentacles. And the Devil. What's being observed here in connection to the soulmate is why there wasn't an equal give and take in connection to I'm getting resources. If someone was remaining strong, we want to understand why this cycle ended in connection to the past and who was the one that was obsessive, jealous, and or had a heavy attachment to something that was negative. The Hierophant and the Hangman energy, this would have been like a very traditional type of relationship or soulmate connection. I'm seeing Pisces and Taurus, sextile energy. So this has to do with something spiritual, okay? Gaining perspective about your specific marriage commitment or your community of people. It could have even been your workplace that were looking into this, okay? Observing this specific soulmate connection. What is it about the moon in Scorpio that's of significance coming up here on May the 12th in connection to power? Because it looks like heavy emotions will be involved. That's so funny. And love turn into hate, vice versa type of energy. What's the moon in Scorpio? The Three of Cups. It involves, I guess, family, friends, third party, moving. Two of Wands, or planning something here in connection to, I don't know, I'm getting a spiritual marriage. That's so weird. The Hierophant with the freaking Hermit. That's a trine. What? Show me one more time. What is that? The communication's not coming through very clear. There's something here that's meant to be successful, but it's been delayed in connection to the High Priestess. Something's been kept a secret. Somebody is dealing with some sort of psychological problem because there was a secret that was suddenly revealed. And there's a lot of powerful emotions that are involved with that specific situation and how or why this soulmate connection has been observed in connection to the relationship. There was no equal give and take in here. Somebody could have been moving forward in a relationship that they weren't loyal to, and that's the reason why it ended. And the person in the past, why someone was so controlling or obsessive. All right. There's, again, the person that's observing is the person that's observing your transformation, and where you don't see what's coming. You're more so in this resting, rejuvenating, I'm in a research project, I'm learning a new skill or something here in this Four of Swords with Jupiter and Jupiter and Libra. Okay. But whatever was held back in connection to your relationship, these people know that they aren't going to give you what's needed up until you start a brand new journey with your passion. Maybe someone wasn't meant to be involved in that. That's why the divorce was happening over this way. Because someone wasn't loyal to you in the first place. Maybe they were moving in the energy of heavy ego. I'm seeing the Devil and the Strength. That's a heavy ego energy. Two-faced motherfucker, if you know what I mean. Very controlling person. And doing this in the past. And if they weren't providing you or being fair with you, to be fair, and equal give and take, that's the reason why something came to an end. You understand? So there's rarely, it says, a middle ground here. So this would be some sort of inheritance that could radically change someone's life. What did I say? Those that are observing your transformation and why resources were being held back from you before something ended up blowing up for you was because there was a divorce that was supposed to happen. You were around some deceptive ass fucking people. Period. They were, spirit's not gonna come through and give you a blessing so somebody else can take it from you. Because clearly they greedy as fuck already. Six of Pentacles. They don't even want to have an equal give and take with you. You understand? They're controlling. You need your fucking independence. Moon in Aquarius. And this, you will then end up finding a new friendship that you can move forward with. And that friendship can start as a friendship but build to another soulmate connection. Yeah, somebody was definitely dominating in connection to someone's partnership, relationship, something like that. Why things were not in harmony. Okay? Something was being observed here. All right, show me the Independence card. I think I kind of get the drift of this already. Like, there's like 3 different stages here to why this all happened. Yeah, something was delayed because if it wasn't delayed, somebody would have burned the fuck out of you, would have left you with all the responsibilities. Or maybe that's just the way it ended up happening. Bro. The Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords. Here it is right here. Somebody's like, fuck, I made the wrong decision. Something like that. In connection to who I was devoted to. Maybe you had to be shown something about your soulmate first. All right, you were focusing in on your dreams. There was no place like home. You know that to the sea, this is what I feel I'm responsible for. I want to be devoted to. This person was blocking your shit. Which is why the change in the wind was happening with all of your possessions. I feel like this is Pluto coming in and destructing everything you thought was yours. Fuck the house, fuck the car. You take the fucking kids. We're having a fucking divorce. Like, the job, everything. Take a loss in every fucking possession you ever had in your life. So when you rebuild from fucking scratch. That's Uranus and Taurus energy. Taurus is your possessions, your money, your finances, your bag. You understand? Who took the loss? It was the Empress. Taurus energy. You understand what I'm saying? There was no equal give and take there. That person would have fucked you over and left you with almost nothing. That's what this is. But overall, in the end, even if you had to go the long road, right, Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, in order to win the race, if you came out burdened, it's because you're going to be happy on the other side. Ten of Cups. Knight of Cups. You're going to end up meeting some sort of new friendship, I'm telling you. Somebody will help you walk you through this process. The King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of... I mean, look at all these fucking people. Were they all being deceptive? You kind of had to, like, let go of a lot of fucking people in order for you to understand, like, listen, I got to go do this shit on my own, independently. Seven of Swords. Moon and Aquarius energy. Look, the King of Cups went down, the Page of Pentacles went down, the Queen of Pentacles went down, the King of Wands went down. I can't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. Something like that. Look, I'm out of here. Knight of Swords is like, you showed your true colors, I gotta go. Look, all in connection to the Emperor. Wow. Maybe this Emperor energy used other people surrounding you to take you the fuck down. Something like that. That's crazy. And tell me you spun the fucking block and you went from lottie-dottie to every fucking body and be deceptive to yourself to end up coming in back into alignment with the Emperor in the fucking first place. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, what? I just cannot. Look who's back. So this could have been the Emperor that was doing that dumb shit. Leaving their Empress out in the cold and putting lottie-dottie in everybody before this person because they wanted to move forward independently. I mean, hot damn. It does say the relationship and the observer is connecting or observing this specific soulmate connection. Who wants the power? Who needs to move forward independently, and who deserves true friendship? Something like that. Because it all connects to this person's emotions or feelings. The reason and the expression comes out the way that this person's mood is. They're off balance. Something like that. All right. Show me the friendship card. Because again, I feel like you got somebody new coming in with the Knight of Cups. That's crazy. High Priestess, Judgment. Look at this shit. Two of Pentacles. You intuitively know that you were being called to ascend elsewhere. Three of Wands, the progress. Two of Cups. I mean, the Two of Pentacles, and where you had to start adapting to those changes that were being called for here. Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Knight of Swords. This is why you have to go focus on your work. Oh my God, my nose is going fucking berserk right now. This is why you're being called to go focus on your work. Because the more that you sat in meditation and contemplated what the hell was going on around you, you were finding out more about yourself and who the hell you had to run away from, so that you could focus on mastering your skills, so that you can build wealth for yourself, not for someone else. Four of Wands. That's the person or what you're going to be committed to in marriage, and focusing on self-love as well. Yeah, because that's where you're, you know, that's your wish fulfillment. That was part of your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's the soulmate connection there. You're going to find a new soulmate energy if you're leaving somebody else in the past. This person is searching for you as well. Page of Cups and the Three of Wands. They're on their own little journey. You guys are going to meet together when it's time. When it's time. That's crazy wild, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Virgo, Pisces, Pluto energy, Saturn. That's it on that spread. So things are going to come back into balance to how things are going to play out and be fair. That's what that's saying. It's crazy. What was behind to be fair? To be fair. It's like, imagine doing things by the book. And just being in the here and now, how much peace that you would have, and how much you would understand that when you're not mercurial, all right, your second chance comes through, as you know exactly where your destiny is calling to go. And that's where you would go the long haul. If you needed a time to take a break and move into this energy of good luck, you would have been more happy co-creating what was fated for you in connection to that community. Higher power right there. Crazy wild. Crazy wild. Yeah. To be fair, imagine you doing things by the book and being just in the here and now. How much peace you would have when you're not being mercurial, all that glitters, all right? You would actually have the second chance to go after your destiny and go the long haul with it. Even if you needed to take a step back and take a break for a nap, good luck will still be in alignment for you. You would have been happy to co-create what was fated for you in connection with that community of people. It's exactly what it's saying. That community of people is focused on, all right, higher power. Higher power would have sent you the message, the synchronicity that you needed with the message in the bottle to come into alignment. How to overcome you feeling orphaned, and why this kept going round and round. Or maybe this is how you fucking received that message. Yes. Because there was a fork in the road. You were at a crossroads here. You didn't know what to do. Because you always stood in this energy of, I'm so loyal to my person. Bitch, they ain't loyal to you. Now you got to go sit back and take a breather with the breath card. Okay, let me sit here and contemplate. Do I really want to do this? They're going to fuck you over again. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. Wow. Hold on, I'm missing the chat. CZ, welcome in, sweetie. All right, they're taking care of it. Thank you. I think I triggered some people. They started talking shit. I think I triggered some people. All right, you guys. So today is my day to roll out of here and where I'm staying at right now. So once I'm off this live, I got to start packing up. All right. and see what comes in for me today or tomorrow or the day after. I don't fucking know. There's something about not worrying. All right, be happy. What the hell is going on? Oh. Thank you, Chosen Divine. Tiff. Crazy. What is going on with this deck? It's going crazy. You're mending it with somebody. No place like home. So home could be of significance. Home is whoever makes you feel the most comforted. There's some sort of blessings coming there with the home. It could be, what's the fourth house is, has to energy with your inner child healing. A mother figure could be of significance, that type of energy. Milk and honey and chopped wood. There's something that needs to be cleaned up before you receive some sort of abundance. All right. There's something that's got to be cleaned up. For me, I feel like it's whatever the issue is back there with the whole fucking divorce, custody battle, that crazy shit. Okay. Whatever that is. Let's get one last chakra here. What was I seeing anyway? I was seeing root chakra, sacral chakra, and the third eye chakra. Okay. I've been seeing the intimacy card a lot lately. All right. There's something about like boobs. I mean like titties. I keep seeing those cards. All of them have titties on them. I don't know what's going on. Somebody has pretty ass boobs. That's what I'm going to say. When you find your person, they have beautiful boobs. Something like something like that. What I fucking say? I'm not. Somebody has beautiful boobs. Like their physical health, you can tell that this person's body image, they're not afraid to show their body off. I'll tell you that much. They feel like they belong. All right. Heavy on the root chakra, you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, and or a Capricorn. Root chakra is all about stability, foundation, family, your resources, your finances, stability, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's get one last one. Come on now. All right, they both want to come out. They admit shit. So personal boundaries, and you have creativity here. So it says your choice and your assertiveness empowers your authenticity. The way that you imagine and express your originality shows your passion. I like that. So you're getting here the throat chakra and the solar plexus. All right. So throat chakra obviously is where we start to communicate. So that has to be like air energy. Okay. And personal boundaries, it has to do with fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, which technically are the sextile. Fire goes with air in polarity. Okay. Wow. Oh, cool. I thought I was like dragging ass. I'm right on time, baby. All right, let's get into the let's look into this. All right, shawty. I love the little sunflowers. Normally Cindy's the only one that sends me sunflowers, you guys. You said check my Cash App. I will once the live is over. Thank you if anybody donated. I appreciate you guys. Chosen Divine. It says maintain your joy and peace on purpose. I know the fuck that's right. Majesty. Welcome in, sweetie. Sin, where the hell have you been? I was waiting for you. Normally you're like rise and shine, bitches. I told you guys I had to stop drinking coffee, but I started drinking coffee again. I'm kind of addicted. You were sleeping. I wanted to sleep too, but I got up this morning. Look at my gray hairs, you guys. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm an old ass woman at 35 years old. Tell me why me and Flo got the same problem in the same spot. We got a lot of wisdom, damn it. Those are my wisdom hairs. That's what I'm gonna call it. My gray hair shows the amount of wisdom I have. It's crazy, right? All right, so wait, let's talk about the end of the week, okay, before we hit this full moon in Scorpio, because this is a big deal. Scorpio's energy is supposed to bring in some sort of inheritance, I believe. Oh, my God. Okay, hold on. So today's the 7th, tomorrow's Thursday the 8th. The moon ingresses into Libra at 3:07 a.m. We start seeing, once we pass midnight, the opposition to Saturn and to Neptune. Oh, that's when the moon ingresses into Libra. Got it. So we'll see the opposition to Saturn and to Neptune early morning tomorrow. We'll see a sesquiquadrate to the sun in Taurus. We will see a trine over to Pluto in Aquarius, which is typically right now at the 3rd to the 4th degree in retrograde. At a trine over to Libra's moon. Heavy air energy. What did we see earlier? What did we see earlier? An air energy that came out together. It was the Three of Swords with Saturn and Libra, and we saw the Mars and Gemini energy, both air signs. Okay. That's not what I'm thinking of, though. So the opposition will take place to Venus in Aries as well. All right. And then we'll see a sextile to Mars in Leo by tomorrow. That's late evening, it looks like. Mercury has a semi-sextile over to Uranus in Taurus, as well as over to North Node in Pisces. So in connection to the changes that are taking place, where you're meant to align with your destiny, as well as the communication, transportation, local community, something that has to do with the medium feeling. All right. Semi-sextile energies, normally they don't work together because they're meshing with the wrong element. But there could be some sort of chaos that comes out that transpires someone's destiny, if you know what I mean. Natural highlights, that's right. I guess. The first person that ever told me not to tap base with, like, or not to pull them, my mom told me never pull your gray hairs out because it comes back like 10 times more. But my sister always used to tell me, don't dye your hair. You look nice with your gray hairs all the time. And I used to be so embarrassed because they're like so much right here and the inside as well. And then I have it like all in the front. So I don't know. We'll see. I might just have to just leave it the hell alone, to be honest. I want to look at the index for May and where the energies are going to really start picking up. So today's the 7th. Tomorrow's the 8th. It doesn't look like anything is going to expand really like a lot up until the 12th, which is the full moon in Scorpio. I'm seeing Taurus and Scorpio having a physical energy of a high 13. Damn. Everything else is pretty much, the highest is physical 8 energies. And I'm seeing that on the 11th with Taurus and Scorpio getting ready for that full moon in opposition. Mental 9 tomorrow for the signs of Gemini and Sag. Okay. Gemini and Sagittarius. Mental 9. The moon will be in Libra, which would always trine over to Gemini's energy and sextile to Sagittarius. Makes sense. Okay. What else am I seeing here? Why the fuck is Virgo and Pisces off the charts? Because of the oppositions. Got it. All right, so it looks like off the chart energy for Virgo and Pisces tomorrow on the 8th, which is going to start the oppositions with what's happening in Pisces, Saturn, and the North Node. So where discipline, structure, authority in connection to one's destiny has to take place, heavy responsibility there. Weird. I learned today that coffee siphons 30% of your life force. Interesting. I know I normally drink a lot of green tea, but I've been needing coffee lately. A lot. She said, damn, Tina. I just saw 2 birds fly by me. I had to close my windows this morning because normally when I do the readings, they're like, it's okay outside. No, today they're working across the street and they're making so much fucking noise. So much noise. All right. You love coffee, Tina? What kind of coffee do you drink? Normally, I would drink Colombian coffee. When I was drinking a lot of coffee in the past, I would always go to this cafe with my boss, and we would do our work there, and he always would get me Colombian coffee. It was so fresh because they would brew it there. Oh my gosh, it was so fucking good. I had to stop drinking coffee. I was addicted for a while. But I have only like whatever you call that normal Spanish coffee. Café Bustelo is my favorite when I'm making it at home. Or Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Just had my second cup. Yes, I'm a Colombian blend. I like it. I like it. I love it. All right. Let's see. Quincunx is happening heavy from Friday into Saturday. All right, with Taurus energy, with the Sun and Uranus, and also with the energy of North Node and Saturn. All right, so that would be the moon in Libra before it ingresses into Scorpio. So obviously anything on the outsides of Libra's opposition, which is Aries, which is going to be Pisces and Taurus, that's where the quincunxes are going to happen. And we're also going to see when the moon ingresses into Scorpio, a square to Pluto in Aquarius. Okay. Wow. Big deal there. Mother's Day. Let's talk about it. I don't like the quincunx over to Venus, because Venus is supposed to be in connection to feminine energy. It doesn't feel right. Mars is at a sesqui quadrant to the North Node. I don't like that either. All right, because whatever your passions and your desires are, it's bringing in some sort of discomfort in connection to where you want to be in alignment with your future. I don't like that. There's a sesqui quadrant energy to Jupiter in Gemini. Okay. Which is a lot of discomfort. Normally Scorpio to Jupiter's energy is at a quincunx, but it depends on what degree it's at and the reason why it's coming up as a sesqui quadrant. The square over to Mars and Leo, also with the moon in Scorpio. This is like square over to Pluto, square over to Mars with the moon in Scorpio. To its ruling planets, I don't like that either. It's a lot of tension. Full moon day on Monday. Obviously opposition to the sun in Taurus as well as to Uranus in Taurus. But we do see a trine over to the North Node. We're going to see Mercury and Taurus on that day square over to Pluto and Aquarius as well. Hot damn. It's almost like when you know the moon is at its fall in Scorpio and you expect something good to come out of it, of course it's going to be able to align you with your destiny, but it comes with nothing but drama and confrontation. Okay, so Mercury's energy at a square over to Pluto. So that would be like harsh communication. All right, things that are supposed to be ending and new beginnings, that type of energy will be at a square, a lot of tension there, and the oppositions of your purpose in life with the sun and the chaos and changes that are meant to take place with Uranus being in the sign of Taurus. Obviously, Scorpio and Taurus's energy, those are houses of resources, whether that's your resources, your finances, your possessions, your value, your creativity, something that has to do with the way that you show and express what it is that you want to create, all right, like your artistry. Opposing the energy of someone that's deep in their feelings, moon in Scorpio, again, being at its fall, jealous, possessive, envious, okay? This person could express themselves as very, like, overly selfish, okay, with resources. This would be like your partner's money, 8th house energy. Or the moon in Scorpio could just be like someone just wanting to obsessively have a lot of sex, 8th house energy. Just saying, okay? So that's Monday. You said you love McDonald's coffee, vanilla latte with a shot of caramel or iced Italian coffee. Ew. I don't like McDonald's coffee. McDonald's overall, it's just, I like the breakfast sandwiches and sometimes the hash browns. I cannot do, first of all, their fucking ice cream machine never works. Okay? Their coffee fucking sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather do Dunkin' over McDonald's any day. What else sucks about McDonald's? I don't know. I don't know. You said Nescafe vanilla satchels are great too. What is that? Is Nescafe like a name brand? Ouch. You know what I used to love from McDonald's? I'm not gonna lie. I did used to get like a specific iced coffee from there. I can't remember what it was. It like a iced caramel frappe or something, like, I don't know, some shit like that. But it was only because they would put like the caramel drizzle on the inside. I was such a fat ass back then. Such a fat ass. All right, you guys. This is so crazy. So crazy. So I can't wait till we end this fixed moon cycle and actually step into mutable moon energy, because things are going to be a little bit more flexible, versatile, adaptable, right? We have the full moon in Scorpio on the 12th, the last quarter moon in Aquarius again on the 20th of the month, and where we saw that experience back on April 20th, starting off this fixed moon cycle. But by the 26th, which is Memorial Day, we're going to see a new moon in Gemini. So that will be good. Okay. And on that day, obviously, we will start seeing sextile energies. All right. With the moon in Taurus to Saturn, as well as to the North Node. And then when the moon ingresses into Gemini, we'll see sextiles over to Neptune that's in Aries, the trine to Pluto. It's going to be better energies. And on that same day, we have Mercury that is in Taurus at a sextile over to, Mercury in Gemini that's going to sextile over to Neptune in Aries. Okay. So it's going to be a good energy for Memorial Day. Great energy, actually. The new moon doesn't take place fully up until 11:03 p.m., but the moon ingresses into Gemini at 1:22 p.m. You said, yes, I have a Sag and Virgo stellium. I like that. You said you get 10 in a box. What am I reading from? I'm reading transits, Orange Moon, for upcoming of the month of May. All right, so we were speaking about the moon cycle specifically, not on any specific days, only the days that are of significance to either the full moon, the last quarter moon, or the new moon transits that take place. Those are where the energies either gain momentum or they're asking you to release something that doesn't serve you. Okay. Oh, where am I reading it from? I utilize a specific website. I won't share that though, because I will be giving you all my information. Why would I do that? They come in different flavors. Hazelnut is nice too. You know, I never tried hazelnut before. One of my friends actually wanted to give me some creamer and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. Okay. I feel like Orange Moon was like, wait, I'm about to check your status. Are you real about that? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. If I release any more, I will be naked. Oh, fuck. That's okay. Just hella accurate reading, too. It's so interesting when I see this. When you see what? That I'm speaking facts? Because a lot of people don't do that, right? They just pull cards and say, this is what's going to happen. No, bitches. Look into the fucking details of some shit, okay? Jazz is real here. We talk about facts. I said I like my coffee black and nasty, like my men. Oh, hot damn! I agree with that one. Y'all crazy as hell. I like my men black and nasty. Mm-mm. Mm. All right, you guys. Black with a little sugar. I'm cracking up. Y'all too much. It's too early for y'all shenanigans. All right, yes, I gotta go. I gotta start packing up, you guys. So I love you all. Whoever donated to the Cash App, I appreciate you guys. All right. And we'll move forward from there. Unless you go to New Orleans. You coming to pick me up? I got a flight to you right now, today. I wish I could go. You said wake up with a smile. I do every day. Or at least try to. Because if you know I'm pissed off when I'm coming into reading, you know I had a tough morning. Right? Normally I'm like, fuck this shit. No. You said what time? That's interesting. I wish I could go. I really wish I could. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch you when I can on the next one. Probably not until tomorrow. I'm going to give myself some time to do what I got to do today and handle my handle and then move forward. Love you all. Catch you on the next one. Bye.